Hello and welcome to The News, bringing you the most commented on and most viewed Korean news stories of the moment that probably wouldn't make it into English otherwise. On Tuesday the 13th, a suspect brought in on charges of assault said it was too hot and had an air conditioner delivered to the Kangso police station in Seoul. The installation technician who showed up at around 9:30 in the morning simply assumed that the customer was a police officer. When he got to the station, there was confusion as to who had asked him to come. So he called the customer's number, and the handcuffed 32-year-old Mr. E answered his phone. "It's hot, so hang it here," he said, while pointing above his head. Mr. E had ordered the air conditioner 2 days earlier before he was being investigated by the police. When he was brought in for questioning, he had the air conditioner sent to the station. Because of the power shortage, public institutions like police stations and public schools are not running air conditioners. Mr. E eventually canceled his installation order. A wedding hall in Gangnam that by accident didn't play a wedding march during a couple's ceremony will need to pay $1 million in compensation to the devastated newlyweds. In his statement to the wedding hall, the judge who handled the case said, "The bride suffered mental damage when she walked down the aisle without a march playing. Pay 500,000 won each to the bride and groom." He continued, "It's clear the bride and groom suffered mental anguish. When deciding on the amount of compensation, I took into consideration the fact that there were no other problems during the ceremony besides the lack of a wedding march." And finally, yesterday, Thursday the 15th, was National Liberation Day in Korea. There were protests around Seoul, one stretching from Seoul Station to Seoul Plaza as well. Protesters were chanting demands for some form of punishment for the National Intelligence Service for its interference in politics. Police warned protesters against illegally occupying the roads and then blasted them with water cannons. As they were getting sprayed, protesters simply sat in the street and took it. It's been a year and 8 months since the police last used water cannons. Around Gwanghwamun, protesters in the street clashed with the police, and 175 people were taken to police stations for violating the laws on assembly and demonstration. Also around Gwanghwamun, another 126 protesters were taken in for blocking the streets. They were demanding an apology from the president for the National Intelligence Service as well. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave comments or email. You can share this video wherever you'd like. You can find links to the stories in the description. See you next time.